Well, it's a wet day today, and go over those grey clouds. It's quite amazing. I've seen more water on the ground before, but it's quite a blanketing of grey, and it feels reasonably cool because it's been so damn hot up here. At the moment, for me, it feels relatively almost nippy. I mean, it's a ludicrous thing to say in February in Cairns, but yeah, it's quite extraordinary. So still need to get out and just have a Guinness. Our friend Stephen left for Proserpine on Friday morning. He was about 30 seconds away from where the railway station was, where he used to live. He packed in his accommodation, saying he didn't have any bond or he just had key bond. That's all he had. He had no other ties to the place. He could just leave when he felt like it. So he's a free spirit, and he's going to be on the road for 3 months and heading down south. So presume they'll get a few SMSs from him with his progress. He had to get him on his mobile anyway. Doesn't use an email. He's not high tech. We're very different, the two of us. But he's absolutely over the moon of going on this trip, and he thought the writing was on the wall with his job, so he thought it was best to exit out of it, and made the decision for him to travel much easier. Sometimes you need a good kick up the backside to push you in the right direction, and that's happened in his case, and he's very happy. He just likes getting out and about, and he's been in Cairns for over 2 years, which is just against everything he's told me about his lifestyle. So he's been travelling all his life, and this is probably one of the longest periods where he hasn't actually gone anywhere. So he was absolutely chafing at the bit to get on that train on Friday morning to head down south toward Proserpine. So hopefully it's all worked out well for him, although the weather's been crap up here. Maybe a little better down there, who knows. But it's been very wet, and it was very wet on Friday morning, so fingers crossed he's struck a bit of sun. I mean, it has been a little clear for a couple of hours today, so it's not too bad. I mean, it's not freezing, it's just it's cool compared to what it usually is now. So, you know, I shouldn't complain. I'm not in Melbourne. Got to remind myself that, in spite of the fact I had run-ins with Australia Post. Minor. It's still much better being up here. So I may be a grumpy old bastard, but I can see the positives as well, I hope. And yeah, I'll give you a test drive of my new camera fairly soon. Every single review I've read of it, or looked at I should say, because it's been YouTube reviews, everybody's raved about this camera, and even though it was released 3 years ago, it still seems to be a flagship model. They haven't updated it. They've had a couple of newer models come out, but they haven't had as good a sensor. This one's got a 1-inch sensor, so it's extremely good in low light. The newer models have got better image stability, stabilization, so that's a plus. But I think I can live with that, because I have none with this particular camera I'm using right now, which is the GoPro Black, which is just your basic sort of, you know, knockabout camera, but it's quite good quality. And what I love about it is it's so compact. So the GoPro will always be part of the arsenal, but I'm hoping to use the camcorder for a lot of my photography in the future. So hopefully you'll see an increase in quality there. No, I can't guarantee there'll be an increase in quality of the content, but I can try. But at least technically, hopefully it'll be better anyway. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see how grey that is, but it's just a blanket of grey cloud today. It's probably the most settled in I've seen. This is pretty typical for this time of year though, apparently, so we're getting typical weather. So Gee, I actually got the lights here. These are the worst lights in town. I'll only be going on for a nanosecond. They really are. One of the cycles is just so short compared to the other one. This is actually the long cycle, but the other one is a shocker, because this is Florence Street, which is, you know, goes into the main highway. So that gets a reasonable amount of time, but to go down this direction here, the lights are way out of whack. You just get about 30 seconds across the road. It's ridiculous, and it hasn't been changed for weeks, months, whatever, probably months. So Queensland time, you know, the old story. But yeah, look at this, it's really settled in. It's not a pretty sight today. Very dull. Perfect actually for my new camera with the low light capacity. Although I think the GoPro's pretty good for what it is. It can handle a fair bit of low light. But I'm going to be going to Vietnam, and I'll be doing some night shooting there. So it'll be interesting to see how it handles night shots in Saigon. I assume it will get a lot of footage without lights, which would be fantastic. So fingers crossed. Also, I get a zoom, which is something I just don't have on this particular camera here. I mean, the GoPro has many pluses, and one of them being it's so compact. But it also, you know, you can shoot underwater as well, which is just a no-go with the camcorder. So it does have its applications, but it doesn't have zoom, and it really doesn't have low light. So, you know, I still think it's an incredible design. More incredible that this is actually produced in America. Amazing. They can be very innovative. So very impressed with it. I just realised I walked on the wrong side of the road. I'm programmed in to go to the chemist warehouse, but I actually need to go. I want to go to the Priceline pharmacy, which is actually the other side of the road, so I didn't need to change. So that's pretty silly of me. But anyway, the camera is excellent, and I did a test run, shot on 4K. I couldn't get it to play back for some reason. I don't know whether that was because I was shooting on 4K. I'll try HD next time and see if that works. But apparently also the sound is excellent on this Sony camcorder. So yeah, very, very happy. It's not a cheap camera. I feel guilty buying it. I think maybe I've gone a bit overboard. But I think the way around that is just to use the damn thing a lot and justify it. I've got myself a shotgun mic as well, so should have some excellent external sound with protection from the wind. So all in all, should see a bit of an improvement technically, if not artistically. Oh well. Yeah, you wouldn't be advertising Cairns as the tourist mecca today. I don't think I'll have a problem getting a seat outside at PJ's. I actually don't like sitting indoors there, even though it's just actually a bit of a miserable day. It's got a bit of a smell to it. I think it might be hops or something. It's something to do with what they're doing inside the pub, because I don't notice it anywhere else. That's another thing too, that Steve and I don't agree on where to have a drink. I personally prefer the Jack, which is a backpacker's bar. It's quite good, I think. But he's set on drinking at the Barrier Reef hotel, which I think is pretty average, to say the least, because on two fronts, it's an old style bar, hasn't been renovated. Gee, thanks for that, buddy. Hasn't been renovated. They have a pissy happy hour, which only goes 1 hour. Everybody else is at 2 hour happy hours, and the price of the bloody pints is higher. So to get a Great Northern there during happy hour is $6 at the Jack, or at the pier. It's only $5 for a pint. and it goes to 2 hours and better ambience. So I've worked that out. But you know, because the Great Barrier Reef is an old style unrenovated pub with might be a husband and wife bar team. Not particularly friendly, not to me anyway, maybe more to people I know. But yeah, it's just got the tab in the background, very old traditional. Doesn't do anything for me. I prefer to go to a backpacker place where you've got young, attractive barmaids at least, and the patrons are a bit on the younger side too. There's a bit of a mix. It's a mix there at the Jack. It's a healthy mix of ages and sexes, but the old style bar doesn't do much for me, to be honest.